Hey everyone, it's Dylan. We're back again for another week here in the shop. You are finally going to get to find out what happened with the NELK table. You guys saw us working on that a long time ago. There's been tons of comments from you guys, so we're going to tell you. And we're also doing another kind of big casting, not with wood. This is actually going to be a bag of coffee we're casting this time. I think it's like 12 inches high, 8 inches thick, like 10 inches across, so it's a massive pour, and we're gonna show you how we do that without making the epoxy overheat. We just got a package in the mail here. These are our mock-it boxes. We've used these before, I think on Cadillac. Which other ones?
We use it on Olympia Trust, maybe? No,
BioWare?
Ellis Dawn.
Ellis Dawn, yeah, we use it for Ellis Dawn.
Yeah.
So usually our conference tables or anything that needs power gets these mock-it boxes, and this brand is pretty awesome. We're not sponsored by them, this is just what we like. So we'll open it up. I think we got 2 in here. Boom. Good?
No. I'm having troubles.
You are. Ooh, there we go. Awesome. So these, what we kind of like about the mock-it boxes, like, I don't know if you guys can hear, but it is steel. This is all metal, so it's like it's actually cold right now. It might be aluminum, but everything's all pop up and pop down just with a click, so that's really nice. So when the boys are editing on this table, if they need a charge, they can pop that up, plug a USB into charge, pop it back down, and there's 2 boxes going in here, so one for either end of the table. You guys have been asking about the NELK table for a while now. We were gonna go down and deliver it. That was our plan, to drive down there, set it up, maybe even take a few of the guys down. It's gonna be fun, but with everything that's kind of went on, with the situation in the world, we can't do that, and we don't want to keep the boys waiting any longer, so we're putting the ceramic coat on today. I think they already did the legs, and then we got to put the power boxes in. We're just going to ship this one down to them, but we are going to be building a liquor cabinet for them, hopefully sometime next year, that if everything's good, we'll try and make her down. Yeah. Okay. Here it is, everyone. The NELK table is finally finished. We had to put the Corona on there. That's the one that we're sending with the table. That's something we just made for fun, and actually from that, it kind of started like this whole new craze for us. So we're casting a coffee bag, we're doing a Jack Daniels bottle soon, all different kinds of stuff. On this table, since it is going to be their editing table, I know we mentioned that before, but this is going to go in their editing room. So all their editors are going to sit around this, come up with video ideas, edit everything together. So we had to include power integration. So these are boxes from Doug Mockett. They're a really good company for this kind of stuff. They just pop up, pop down. It's got double-sided, so there can be people on either end. And then we've also got the same thing down at the other end of the table. And there's full send routed in the middle. Like I said before, we can't go deliver this like our original plan was. We're just shipping it down to the boys so they can get using it. But we're doing a liquor cabinet probably next year, and that one will be going down to deliver. Okay, the NELK table's here in the crate. It's ready to go. So Sauger's got all the paperwork ready. Spencer's just moving some pallets for the truck driver, and then he's gonna throw this in the truck. We got kind of some fast shipping on this one, so it's gonna get to the boys probably like mid next week, right? Wednesday. Yeah, you boys are gonna have it Wednesday. There you go.
We got another thing that we're gonna cast here. Client sent us this, they wanted to cast, so we're just making up the box for it right now. So we got our base, we're just gonna put some tape on it so that it has a release agent, and then we got our plexiglass walls right here. They're all built up, milled up, ready to go. So let's put it together. Oh.
Casting the plexiglass.
many of you may be thinking, why did we build the case so big for this? And it's actually due to the fact that when we pour the resin, the bubbles tend to stick closer to the walls, and the closer they are to the walls, the more they're gonna show. So if we can cut those bits off, then it'll leave us with a bubbleless pour, and it'll be great. Base layer for this coffee mixture here. We made this crate earlier, and we just put our bits of resin into the degassing chamber. We have now turned the pump on and we are degassing it. Doing a pour here for 421 Brewhouse. You guys should go check them out. We got a promo code BF10 and that'll get you guys a discount. And we actually matched this bag with the base that we're pouring when we cast it. It's gonna look absolutely fantastic. We already have the base poured, but it looks really good and it matches perfectly.
Yeah,
it's absolutely
like
insane. It's super cool.
So we got a comment last week. Someone was asking us why we don't wear gloves, and we said we wear invisible gloves. So we probably just kind of sounded like a smartass when we were giving that response, but we literally do wear invisible gloves. We have these on our website if you guys want to check them out. It's basically just like a lotion, kind of like a little cream that you rub on your hands. You rub it in, and then any of the stuff that you get on your hands is just gonna wash off way easier when you go to the sink. So like all this black dye that I have, it wouldn't actually stay stuck on my hands. It would just wash right off. And I don't know why I put gloves over dirty hands, but yeah, that's how they work. We're gonna start the vacuum. So we've been using this like for the past few weeks and it works really darn good. So you guys should check one out. Okay, so the vacuum's just starting to pull. There's no bubbles yet. We'll check back once it's at 25 pounds of vacuum. That's when it seems to start actually doing stuff. Mercury. Pounds of mercury. So we are at 25 pounds right now, and you can see that the resin's like completely foaming and bubbling. So it'll do this for maybe another 2 minutes, and then well, look at it right now actually. It's literally clearing up as I speak. All those bubbles are just disappearing. So we'll leave it for a little bit, and then we can just open this valve, which will release all the vacuum. Then what you want to do, you just want to open this full tilt so as much air can rush in as quick as it possibly can, so it sprays as much epoxy. No, I'm kidding. You have to go slow. That was really funny, hey? Yeah, we've done it a couple times too fast, and you can kind of see the epoxy on the lid.
If it leaked, it wasn't my fault.
Well, and now we have to move this to our fridge to slow the cure.
Oh my. Wow. Q-table.
Okay.
Okay, we have to grab.
Now this is gonna be. We need to put plastic in here.
Yeah.
Get under it. Let's just put it in. Just put it in. Weird. We set it first. We set it on here, and then the table tipped, and it like splashed all the epoxy out. And then we tried to get it in here, but it's just impossible. There's no room. We need like a giant fridge. Or like a top opening fridge.
Top open,
Yeah.
freezer.
Yeah.
Let me just set it down.
Yeah. So let's see how the coffee bag kind of turned out. The fridge opens easily now, but it didn't earlier this morning. We actually wrecked our fridge. We ripped the seal off our fridge because it got epoxy on it. There's epoxy all down here. There is epoxy all over the bottom. The mold itself is actually stuck to the bottom of the fridge, but other than that, it looks really good. We had a little bit of a leak up here that we got fixed. But we poured everything back in, and it actually is gonna turn out, I think, just fine. So then with this coffee here, Rob, the owner of that company, he sent me a text the other day. I wanna read it to you guys, it's kinda cool. So he said, I just had the coffee reviewed, I'm waiting on official paperwork, but Sahara Sunrise scored 90 out of 100, making it one of the highest scoring coffees by a Canadian company, and Amazon Haze did 86 out of 100. So not only do they look really cool, but it's really, really good tasting coffee.
So in our last video, you saw some people trying to put blocks on when our drill press wasn't working. So the holes were a little bit out, and instead of trying to pilot hole them straight in, they took the block off and pilot holed it separately so the screws didn't fit. It was just a very small brain mistake. So I put them on, they all fit absolutely perfectly, and now we're gonna put the truss base together.
The table that big solid wood trestle base is going on. So we did get it together, but we had to move it around without Joe because he didn't show up to work today, that Joe guy. But the base on here, if you come under, looks really sweet in my opinion. I'm actually kind of starting to almost like the wood bases, maybe a little bit more than the steel ones. One kind of cool detail, it's got ebony pegs, and then we have these Sitka spruce pins, it's kind of hard to say, that go in. So that's what holds everything together, and there's actually no glue in here. So it's just all held together by those wedge tenons in there. And this one, I believe, is getting shipped to Salt Lake City, probably next week. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the NELK table put together finally. Kind of a bummer for us that we don't get to deliver it, but I think it's actually going to be for the best that way. Next week though, we are going to be uploading the video of our trip with Jerry. So you're going to get to see all the wood that we bought out in BC. We did some crazy cliff diving, and it was just all around kind of a fun trip. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and we'll see you next week.